You know, we've been in the van 4.5 weeks now. So we've done a month, more or less. This little guy still settling into it. Ravani's having a battle with crisps.
Because you're not supposed to have them.
Because we're not. So I just take them to work.
No.
You're not supposed to have them, but I don't want you to have them. But we are. I'll tell you what we are having this morning. Ravani's doing pancakes as big as your face.
This one came out a bit too big, so I might have to give you a bit of it.
So pancakes with blueberries and peanut butter, raspberries, banana, chia seeds and pumpkin seeds, a bit of peanut butter there, did I say that? And a bit of yogurt, natural yogurt.
And we are experimenting and adding...
Oh yeah, this is what we're experimenting with.
Sea moss, golden sea moss gel with our mushroom routine in the morning.
So we have a little mushroom routine in the morning, like mushroom complex that we drink. We have that for the morning, every morning. And we also are going to experiment with that sea moss. Golden sea moss. See how it makes us feel. This is our view today, by the way, FYI guys. That's the sea. It's, what is it? 9:30? 10:15?
Something like that.
Thursday morning.
Oh, it's 10 o'clock, babe.
10 o'clock Thursday morning. Late breakfast. Late start for us, but a late finish work-wise.
We'll have to see the chiropractor, both of us, this morning.
Yeah. We're not having the chiropractor because we've been in the van, are we?
No. It's something that needed to happen.
But we now actually have a little disposable income.
So we can look after our physical well-being.
So we actually can look after ourselves and you know, take care of things that need to be taken care of. Isn't that right, Perry? We thought we'd just make a little video updating you on our progress and what it's been like working away from the van, doing stuff in the van a month in. And what we found to be helpful and not helpful. And things that we're starting to learn about living in the van. So I'm going to do my top my top 3 things that I've learned, and then Ravani can say what she thinks. Number 1, I realised how much our home was really only just to watch TV and sleep, mainly. Because I haven't felt claustrophobic. And the way that we work, we have the mornings off so we can do stuff in the morning, which is great. So we have the daylight. And when we come home, we work later in the evenings. And I'm just happy to have a tea and go to bed. That's number 1. Number 2, how much money I've saved. So in the first month, how much money have I put in my savings account? Well, I put over £1,000 already in my savings account. So number 2, I've already managed to save some money. And number 3, and most importantly, this month we've watched telly once, and that's because we stopped over at Ravani's mum and dad's. We watched some telly, but we haven't actually really watched any telly, and I really don't miss it. And I'm really not listening to the news either. And occasionally I'll drop in. Oh wow, look. And I'll check in and have a little look, but I'm not bothered by watching crap on telly. We started listening to an Audible book. Ravani likes it if I read to her.
Yeah.
So, because I'm really dyslexic, it's really good practice for me. And Ravani likes to be read to. So they're my 3 things. I notice I don't need loads of space. I've saved some money, and I don't need TV. My top 3. Ravani's top 3.
Okay, my top 3 was realising how much stuff we don't need. And after 4 weeks, I could quite easily go and shut the storage unit up and not go back there. Because we've been back once 2 days ago in 4 weeks to collect some bits. But apart from the camping stuff in there, which we'll use in the summer to go on holiday with the kids, there isn't anything in there that we actually need. The TV was a big thing for me as well. I haven't missed TV, and that's not just crap shows, that's news. Like, you don't realise how much it draws you in till you're not using it.
And how much fear?
Yeah, like my system feels so different now.
We're not living in a fear-based place, are we? Because we're not constantly being told that the world's going to end any second. And
Number 3 at the moment for me is got it into my head like a couple of weeks ago that we've got a little portable solar panel that's playing up at the moment, but we don't really use it. So I was like, we need to get a solar panel fitted. Maybe we need to change the cool box for a fridge, and we need a toilet. We're going to have to get a toilet in there. And actually, a couple of more weeks of just settling in, just having a slightly better routine on making sure that our phones are charged at work. Not that we use them really in the van, but they're charged. That I'm regular with the cool blocks in the cool box, changing them over regularly at work. Maybe we need to get a couple of extras so it's got more in it over the summer. We don't need it. We don't need power at the moment. Things might be different in the winter, but for making a little bit of heat in there. But actually, if we have a winter like we did last year, we won't need it either, because we spent a lot of the time of it in the winter and we managed. So yeah,
we intentionally went out in the winter. We went out in a van in between Christmas and New Year. We were out in it in February in Cornwall, in the middle of the field. Yeah, there's a damp issue, but in this small confined space, we've noticed just putting the kettle on in the morning how much it warms it up.
It's so tiny.
And the people at Vass, Paul, who owns Vass, he did our insulation, and I will say
they did a great job.
I can't reiterate how important your insulation is.
I mean, it keeps us toasty in the winter and cool in the summer. So
it really does.
You can't ask for more than that.
No. If you're going to skimp on anything, it is not your insulation.
No.
Get that done, or do it properly, and don't cut corners.
Especially having a dog in here as well. He's old now, he's 11. He's a pug, Frenchie Gros, so he struggles to regulate his breathing, his temperature as well. So to know that he's safe in here as well is because we can get some air flowing and it stays nice and cool, or we can keep it nice and warm, is great. And the toilet thing, so we are starting to get our head around that. We do have pee bottles which we empty responsibly, and we have a compost potty which we said we probably wouldn't use, but actually we've used quite often, and it's been quite nice to have a bit of a routine where one of us goes off outside and has a little meditation and just prepares for the day while the other person is doing their ablutions.
Exactly. We said we don't need to talk about pooing anymore because you're eating, But yeah, we
back to the,
we were responsible. We were responsible.
People are curious about toiletry habit.
There are lots of
in a
people.
van.
Yeah, lots of people do ask.
So, you know, it's doing your research. There's lots of people that are open about what they're doing out there, which is what we did, which is where I got the idea from the compost potty. And, you know, because we are limited on space, so to have a toilet in here, which would be lovely, it's just we just don't have the space for it.
No.
So, but yeah, it is about being responsible about how you deposit these things. You know, we've taken a lot of guidance from our Vanlife community, and you know, our goal was to leave each spot better than we found it.
Yeah.
So we do a little litter pick when we arrive, so that we can see what space we're in, and we make sure that space looks the same when we leave.
Yeah, I mean,
the only thing we might leave behind is a little patch of water
where we emptied a kettle or something.
the last it drags out the kettle, but that's it.
I mean, you know, yeah, the goal is to always, I mean, we will often be picking up other people's rubbish.
Well, that's our litter pick, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, that's part of it, isn't it? It doesn't matter whose rubbish it is, it just needs to be gone.
Yeah, because we also don't want to be parked up somewhere and there's rubbish around and people just making that assumption that, well, they live in a van, so they must be untidy. Anyone who's ever done a caravan holiday or
lived in a small space
or lived in a studio flat or anything like that, or lived in a van, knows that you can't afford to be untidy. You can't afford lots of stuff in the sense that from space and clutter wise, but you can't afford it. You can't afford to be untidy, because you will lose your material mind eventually. And
well, you won't, I will.
Yeah, I won't. I am messier than you. But that's another story. So yeah, we're waffling now. So that's where we are. That's some questions answered, because people have been asking us about the loo.
Oh, and washing.
Yeah, and the washing thing. Washing.
We've got 3 F's down to a fine art.
Yeah, 3 F's is feet, face, and fanny, and as long as you can
we've both got workspaces we can do that in.
Yeah, I mean,
you've got the shower.
I've got a shower at Bad Hand.
So it's all been good. Wendy hasn't told me I smelt yet, so
no,
that's good.
Wendy is
my work colleague.
Her work colleague. I don't have a work colleague, so I just go into the roastery and ask people to smell my feet. No, I don't. That's a horrible thing to do to someone. But no, we're very conscious of that. Obviously, we work closely with people. You know, we cut hair and I teach yoga, and you know, you have to make sure you're consciously aware that we're with the general public. So we strip wash. Make a cup of tea, rest of the boiling water, put in a little bowl when you strip wash. I mean, I will say, living in the van, we're a married couple. We know each other inside out, but when you are in the van, there are no secrets. That's probably the golden rule if you're going to share a van with somebody. Wow. That's the golden rule. If you're going to share a van with somebody, you need to know them well.
And their eating habits.
And they're eating, their toilet, their sleeping habits, all their habits. They're, bending over and coughing, then farting accidentally, all those sorts of things. It's like, if you haven't already seen or heard or smelt stuff from your partner, you're going to do that living in a van. And if it makes you go, oh God, then that's not for you, basically.
You can live in a van but on your own.
Yeah, you can live in a van on your own. Or you live in a van and have a tent outside. So yeah, so this is a little recap. So that's a few questions answered, how we wash, blah blah blah, and all that sort of thing, toilet habits and things. But so a month in, Ravani hasn't killed me, and that's the main thing, isn't it? So I will say our top 3 things have been fundamental, good learning curve for us. So that's our top 3 things, and a little update on how we are. So had great pancakes this morning, And we'll keep you updated on what's it called? The seaweed moss. We'll keep you updated on that as well, how we feel while we're on that. So, thanks very much for watching. Please subscribe and like and comment and watch it to the end if you can. If you've made it this far, well done. We hope to see you on our next adventure. Our next adventure next week is we're heading
Pembrokeshire.
to Pembrokeshire.
Big retreat.
To the big retreat. So
Perry's having a holiday.
Perry's having a holiday with Auntie Kaz and Uncle Stump, and we're going off together, just the two of us, on a...
There we go. There we go. There's one of them many habits.
I'm in the van. I'm just making noises out of different holes. So for now, blessings to you all, and goodbye from the hairy...
Family. No.
We're not the hairies.
Well, we are the hairy families at
The
work.
hairy family.
The avocado...
Nomads. The avocado nomads. We know our name. We don't know your name.